Neapolitan Mastiff, a pile of wrinkles that may just someday save your life. The Neapolitan Mastiff is a direct descendant of the Molossus, and it was one of the foundation breeds used to recreate it into the American Molossus, which I'll talk more about later. Despite the Molossus being incredibly famous for its ability to hunt, guard livestock, and fight in war, they went extinct all throughout Europe. Fortunately, there were some able to continue in the Italian region of Campania, and these dogs would become the Neapolitan Mastiff. Most of the sources I used describe the Neapolitan Mastiff as ancient or somewhat prehistoric looking in appearance, and they're right to say that. They remained relatively unchanged for almost 2,000 years, until a standard for the breed was written in 1949. The Neapolitan Mastiff was also bred for war and guarding, and would be employed on farms, business establishments, and by the police and military in Italy. Now, this next part may or may not be true, and if it is, there's a chance they're actually referring to the Molossus, because sometimes they refer to a dog's progenitors when they discuss a breed's history and usage. Supposedly, when used in war, these dogs would wear spikes on their backs and were trained to run underneath enemy horses to slice open their stomachs. Now, this is years before the invention of the garden hose, so consider yourselves lucky every time your dog rolls in poop. Well, actually, I don't know what would be worse, horse guts or poop. I don't actually have a very strong sense of smell. Lola got sprayed by a skunk once, and I couldn't really smell it on her very well, but everyone else was able to. You tell me what would smell worse. The Neapolitan Mastiff was fully recognized by the AKC in 2004. It is ranked at 106 in popularity, according to the AKC website. They may not be a household name, but one did land a role as Fang from the Harry Potter movies. Technically, according to Fang's description in the books, an oversized black boarhound, he should really be a Great Dane. They brought out a variety of breeds like Rottweilers, Deerhounds, Dobermans, and even Great Danes when they were casting for Fang. The producers were intrigued by the Neapolitan Mastiffs due to the breed's size and the fact that the breed hadn't been featured in movies up until that point. I'm not certain if there were a lot of backyard breeders because of it being featured in a major movie. I'm sure there was some backlash because the fact that it was in Harry Potter, that seems to be one of the first things that people mention about this breed. But at the same time, Fang is a pretty obscure character and isn't in every single movie, so it might not be as bad as a 101 Dalmatians situation with the demands for these dogs. So you're probably watching this video and thinking, how can this dog protect me? It looks slow and lumbering. Make no mistake, this dog can act in an instant. While true that they are a very relaxed dog that breeders advise not to be exercised too much, this dog can charge like a rhinoceros if it feels like its home or family are in danger. Because they are meant to be close-quarter guardians, that gives them the disposition of a Velcro breed. They'll always want to be by your side to protect you should you need it. So they only need to be fast enough to surprise an intruder when they get too close. And all of these heavy, loose-skinned ones are show-line Neapolitan Mastiffs. The working line Neapolitan Mastiff doesn't have the extreme amount of wrinkles that show lions have, and they look a lot like a Cane Corso in appearance. This variety is much more active and excels as a catch dog and at man work. However, they are far more rare than the show-line Neapolitan Mastiff. As far as health goes, the Neapolitan Mastiff is pretty hardy. They can have problems such as cherry eye, hip and elbow dysplasia, bloat, panosteosis, which is a kind of joint pain that occurs between 4 to 18 months old that apparently goes away on its own, and hopefully I said that correctly. It's also common for females to give birth through cesarean sections. I couldn't find a specific reason as to why they need C-sections when giving birth, but it may have to do with the fact that the Mastiff breeds have large heads and long birth canals. One Neapolitan Mastiff from Australia named Shadow had given birth to 21 puppies through a cesarean section. Apparently, this wasn't the world record. The largest litter ever had 24 English Mastiff puppies born in 2004. The Neapolitan Mastiff has a life expectancy of 7 to 10 years. The working lions are probably much healthier and may possibly live longer, which is usually the case with working line dogs. As far as their drooling goes, I've heard two different things. Some sources say that despite what you may think, they only drool on hot days or after getting a drink. Other sources say it's constant drooling. Having a hand towel around is recommended. Males are between 26 to 31 inches at the withers and can weigh between 150 to 200 pounds or maybe more. Females are between 24 to 29 inches at the withers and can weigh 110 pounds or more. It's best to keep them at a healthy weight and to grow them slowly. Apparently, because they are so low energy, they would do fine in an apartment or a house with a small yard. The important thing is to consider how much space there is in the home for the dog. They are meant to be a family protector, but they may knock over a child out of clumsiness. Neapolitan Mastiffs can be same-sex aggressive, especially with other members of the same breed, so it would probably do better in a home with a smaller dog of the opposite gender rather than another large dominant dog. They are intelligent, but they may not always choose to listen. Early training, socialization, and habituation is a must with this powerful breed. Would I ever consider bringing a Neapolitan Mastiff in my home? I don't know. I think I might want to meet one first to get a better idea of what they are like. It's one thing to hear someone talk about a dog and another to actually see what they're like in person. This breed is quite uncommon, so who knows if I'll ever meet one. Before I forget, this was one of the breeds that was used to recreate the Molossus. You might remember hearing in the news about a dog breaking the world record for the largest puppy. That was the recreated breed, the American Molossus. The founder of the recreated breed, Marcus Curtis, has a deep appreciation for Mesopotamian history and was amazed by the Molossus. He drew up a standard of what he wanted for the American Molossus based on the statues and artwork and used dogs that had the right structure and temperament. Not every breed used in the development has been stated because some people might just take those breeds, breed them together, and claim that their dog is American Molossus. This prevents bad lines early on. I don't know anything about the breed's health thus far because the first generation of these dogs are about 5 years old as of making this video. Hopefully they'll be a very healthy, large breed dog when everything is said and done. That'll do for now. Let me know if there's any dog-related topic you'd like for me to discuss. The next video will be about the Cane Corso. Do you have any experiences with the Neapolitan Mastiff? Let me know in the comments. Have a great day, and hope your dog doesn't have 20 or more puppies for you to raise for 8 whole weeks.